YouTube, how are we? Skinny Snorlax here, coming at you with another Wi-Fi battle. Even though, yes, it's been a few days, maybe a little more than a few, but honestly, who's counting? Because I know I'm not. I couldn't really get a battle over the weekend because it was a long weekend. Well, by long, I mean in Bermuda in the summer weekends, there's always something going on. And this one, there was a huge party, the biggest one Bermuda hosts every year. It's pretty awesome. It was great. It was a great time. In fact, I had a great time. But on the Friday before that, well, one of my friends who I hadn't seen in a while, we both are back from university, and we had a Wi-Fi battle, and it was great. And he's bringing a cool bunch of pokes, and I'm bringing an even cooler bunch of pokes. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. He's got that Porygon Z, obviously a Scarfer. He's got a Crocodile, who I'm not sure what he'll be doing. A Mawile, which is obviously a Mega. He's got a Wall, which I am pretty sure is a physical wall, but he's also got Cofagrigus, which is also a physical wall. So I guess he doesn't really have a special wall. He doesn't really need a special wall. But he's also got a Rotom Heat, which is going to bring the fire, and this Cofagrigus, which is the most annoying Pokemon for my team. I just want to slap it. I just want to punch it in the face, take it. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm bringing that defensive core, which is my Florges, as my special wall, and my Donphan as my physical wall. Those two just go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other these days. And I also EV trained me a new thingamajig. You know that thing, the big frog, the Froakie evolution. I can't remember its name. I feel like an idiot. Greninja. This one's a physically offensive one though, and you don't really see that very often. So I thought might as well make one. It was pretty cool. And I'm also bringing Missy G, who you know I love. I'm bringing Porygon 2, who you know I love, and my Mateu, the Metagross, who you know I love. And without further ado, I say we just get right into this. And I haven't battled him in a while. It was been like a year almost, so I had no idea what he was gonna do, who he was gonna start with. So I just lead with my thingamajig, and because I knew I can get rocks up, pursuit anything that wants to lead. And look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Get pursuited. I don't think he was expecting that at all. And here, turn 2 is the start of what I like to call hell. Just me switching in, him will-o-wisping, switching out, him going for hexes, and just, yeah, I don't even know what to say really. But here he just gets that will-o-wisp off, and I'm like, I don't want to get more damage done to me. And I know he's just going to go for a special move. And Florges can take anything it's got. And I got Aromatherapy, get rid of all the burns, which thank goodness I brought. Because without my Aromatherapy, my team would be done. It would just be burnt to a crisp, every one of them. And this Cofagrigus probably could have swept my whole team if it didn't have Aromatherapy. So thank goodness for that. And here I'm just going to keep going for those Aromatherapies, get that lefties, switching in and out. And I bring in my Missy G, expecting the Will-O-Wisp. And I knew I could just take it or do a lot of damage with a Choice Spec Shadow Ball. But I'm thinking, do I really want to go for the Choice Spec Shadow Ball and not take it out? So I'm like, yeah, a little stupid play on my half. Let me just switch out. I go into my Metagross, Mateu, or however you pronounce that, even though it's mine. And he gets that Hex, and that does some serious damage. I completely forgot Steel does not resist nothing no more. And here I go for the pursuit, thinking I could do a little bit of damage, and I do less than a little bit of damage. Like, that was pitiful. His leftovers is that much, pretty much. And he goes for that Willow, crippling my Metagross yet again. And I know I didn't want to stay in because a Hex would easily take me out from there, especially with a burn. Got that double damage. So I'm like, nah, nah. In the words of my friend VJ, nah, Trickosaurus, nah. Then we just switch out and go into Florges, knowing I can take anything it has. But he predicts that, which was pretty obvious, but oh well. And I get Florges burnt, which was okay with me. It doesn't make any difference. It pretty much does as much as lefties. And here, thank goodness he switched out, expecting my Aromatherapy or anything. But I was gonna go for the Moonblast, which would have been perfect. But I wasn't expecting him to bring this in, but I was just going to go for it anyway. And Yeah, I healed all my Pokemon, get rid of all those burns, those annoying freaking burns. And I knew I could switch into my Donphan, but I wanted to keep him at full health for the Mawile. So I just go into my Beboop, get that download, get that special attack, which is perfect. He goes for Crunch. I'm like, depending on what item it has, this is going to do quite a bit of... Never mind. And then Brick Break, I was like, barely even half. And then I go for that +1 Ice Beam. Look at that, watch the health go. It's gone. It's gone. It's just out of here. And which is perfect, because that takes out a threat. And here he brings in his Mawile. And me expecting him to go for, I don't know, maybe Sucker Punch or something. Or Swords Dance, but I knew he couldn't take me out without setting up. So I just go for a Recover in case he went for that Sucker Punch, which is perfect. Get me back to pretty much full health. And he goes for the Swords Dance, which is kind of worrying. But I was like, you know what, I could take anything. I could probably take anything. Let me go for Discharge, hopefully get that 30%. Para, no, I don't get it. And here he goes to Play Rough. I'm like, I could definitely not take a critical hit. See, my friend doesn't think it mattered, but I'm pretty sure that crit mattered because I got Eviolite and it's just bulky as all hell. Because look, Donphan can take this. Look at that, he took that so easily. I just go for that Earthquake, take it out. There goes the big threat on his team. And I'm like, yeah, I've got it. This game, I got it. But I was also a little worried because he's still got that Cofagrigus, which can just cripple everything on my team. And here he brings in his Vaporeon, and I didn't know if I wanted to stay in expecting him to go for a Wish or Toxic, because I didn't want anything toxic, and Donphan was pretty much dead, so I just stayed in. He goes for a Scald, and I didn't want anything to get burnt by the Scald, so it was perfect. Doesn't make a difference. And I thought a Thunderbolt would kill it, but no, it doesn't matter. He goes for that, and I think I psyched him out in person. I was like, oh, you're going for that Wish Protect Skull crap. And then he was like, haha. And I appreciate he was going to do it, but since I said it, he thought I was going to switch out. But he stayed in, and I just take it out real easy. And here, I don't know what he was doing. I think he's expecting me to switch out and go do something else. But I'm just like, what if he goes for that Tri-Attack? What if he expects me to do something? And I was like, let me just stay in. I can take it out with a Thunderbolt. And I don't really need this, but I kind of do need it for this Cofagrigus. But I could take Cofagrigus out with something else. Doesn't really matter. And here I just bring in my Metagross, expecting him to go for a Hex or something. And I'm like, yeah, it's useless. Let me just use this as fodder. Maybe go for a Pursuit, get a little bit more damage. Maybe a Meteor Mash, punch it right in its coffin face. Maybe blind it a little so it can't hurt me. Make it accuracy go down, but yeah, I don't think that's a thing. And here I just go for that big fist, that metal fist of Meteor Mash, which is a pretty dope move. And I think it does, like, it raises defense or something, which is actually kind of awesome. But it doesn't really matter, I didn't get it, blah blah blah. And I just let my Metagross go down so I can bring in my Missy G and just go for that Choice Spec Shadow Ball, knowing it can do pure damage. And I figured it was low enough where I could take it out, so why not try? And here he goes for Protect, just try to get that little bit more HP just in case it mattered. And here's a Shadow Ball, protect himself, blah blah blah. But you know what? I don't think it mattered. I feel like a Choice Spec Missy G Shadow Ball can take it out in full health. Like, look at this. Look, watch it drain. Gone. It's smack out of the park, buddy. And here, I'm just gonna let whatever hack he has to come in. And I'm pretty sure Rotom is his last Pokemon. And I thought a Choice Spec Shadow Ball would take it out, but much bulkier than I thought. And he's got some weird set on. He's got Confuse Ray, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, and I think Overheat. And it's not a bad set. It's not a bad set at all. But if he had a Rotom Fan, it would be a pretty good set because you get that Parafusion with that Air Slash Flinch, and that would just destroy me. And here he goes for a Thunderbolt. I thought this would do a lot more damage. Doesn't do nearly as much as I thought. He's got a Shell Bell on. He doesn't have that many items, but it's all good. But I snap out of Confusion and then get that Paralyzed, and he actually misclicks. And I thought his Rotom was going to take my whole team out. No, not really, but he could have. You never know. But that's it. I defeated my friend Nick. That's my Wi-Fi battle number 10. If you're watching this still, thank you very much. And if you want, leave a like. Feel free to comment. I don't mind if you comment. Subscribe. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And you know what, guys? Peace out.